Hello guys, your James here. Today we're back again with a different kind of video. So today I want to explain to y'all why I won't be playing Vainglory or uploading it anymore. So this is a kind of hard video to make. Vainglory has definitely had a very special place in my life for the past few years, and leaving it behind it kind of hurts a bit, but now I'm actually going to be switching over to Wild Rift, and I know this might make some people unhappy. Vainglory is definitely the better game, no question about it, but for me, it's more than just the game itself that determines what I consider best. So playing Vainglory, sure, the game itself is amazing, but it's really the other aspects to it that made it so great. Working to improve your rank, getting to meet new people, making new friends, and just everything else. And it is sad, but Vainglory just doesn't offer a lot of those things anymore. And I think that Wild Rift is. So I'm sure that a lot of people are going to unsubscribe and stuff, and that's cool and all, but it would, of course, be highly appreciated if you want to stay subbed and support me, but do whatever you feel like. Just go for it. And I really am expecting the views to go down and stuff too, but that's alright, it's kind of just part of the process. It's just that I'm more so liking Wild Rift as a game as a whole. There's the process of improvement again, coming across new people, being the noob again. It's kind of nice, but I would really like to thank all y'all for the support y'all have given me with Vainglory. If I'm being honest, it wasn't for all y'all, the support, positive comments, random DMs on Discord thanking me. I probably would have quit Vainglory like over a year and a half ago, but y'all really made it worthwhile for me. And when I first started playing Vainglory, I didn't expect much. I'd never been at like top tier of a game or expected to ever like get up to the top, much less starting up a YouTube channel. When I first started, I was literally in 9th grade. At my school, there's this state requirement for all 9th graders. We had to take like a physical education class. In that class, we spend like half the time in the gym where we could do like whatever we want. But then the other half, we're kind of like stuck into a classroom, and they don't exactly teach anything in the classroom. They just give us free time, so had a lot of time to do whatever. So few of us enjoyed playing mobile games, more specifically like co-op multiplayer games where we could play together. And we played so many multiplayer games that year, like Rules of Survival, Clash Royale. Played a whole lot of Bloons Tower Defense Battles, Brawl Stars, and it just goes on and on. And one day, one of my friends just told me about a game called Vainglory, so I downloaded it. I never really touched it at first, but then a little while later, I was actually looking at Twitch, saw this game being streamed, and it was the 2017 World Championship actually in Singapore that was being streamed. And I opened it up just out of curiosity since I downloaded the game, but I never really played it yet. And I saw a match. It was Cloud9 versus Tribe, I remember. That was the semifinals match, I believe. And I just thought it looked really cool, so I gave the game a shot with my friend. And yeah, we're awful. We'd never played nor knew what a MOBA was, so we sort of just kept on losing. I think we had like a 30% win rate or something like that. It was really kind of horrendous. But yeah, my friend kind of quit, but I still kept playing just because the game looked cool. To put into perspective, I was literally hard stuck tier 3 gold for a bit. I really had no idea what was going on. I didn't know you could build into items, because that isn't in too many other games that are mainstream. So I would save up all my gold to buy a tier 3 item all at once. And kind of learn the hard way further down the road that is not how this game works. But yeah, that was when things just started to change. I started meeting new people. I met 2 people specifically. They're actually a brother and sister in real life. And I met them through someone else's stream. I actually didn't get to know the streamer that much. I was actually in a voice chat with them on a stream. Now I was new to Discord and all of this. So let's just say I was unaware that the Discord is very good, and unfortunately, picking up people using the bathroom, even from far away. So that did not make him very happy, but I learned that lesson, so that was nice. But yeah, these 2 people I met, they were tier 7 when I met them. I was tier 3. And they helped me out a bunch, and I kind of thought that was crazy. They're helping me out for no reason, even though I was so much worse than them. And I wasn't really expecting that, because as someone's way worse than you, most people just normally ignore them and never help them out and just move on from them. But they pretty much explained to me what a MOBA was, the essential parts of it, last hitting. That I really had no idea about. But yeah, I played for a month without even knowing what last hitting was, and that probably explains why I was so bad at first. And then after that, 2 months after I started playing or so, the golden ticket for 5v5 came out. That was sort of the beta for the 5v5 game mode. And one of the people I played with actually got it on an extra account, so they let me use it, and we would just play all night together. And at the same time, I'd watch a lot of like these big name streamers or YouTubers to try and like learn the game. And ironically, eventually like started to play against a lot of these streamers a couple years, like a year later or so. Yeah, I watched ones like D'Anzio, Leon, Cordova, Hammy, Gavizel, Hundor, T-Tigers too. I watched a lot of them, but yeah, it's pretty cool how eventually I got to start to be able to match up against him. But yeah, I started in Tier 3 in like February 2018, and then by the summertime I was like stuck around the Tier 6 to Tier 7. I think that was considered like the hellish like elo range, like that is a very hard place to be. So actually I went out of the country for a month, so I couldn't play or anything. And the two people I played with, they switched to League PC, so they kind of stopped playing, but I still do have contact with them, which is really cool how, like, you know these people even after you stop playing the game. And then I got back into the country, I started playing again, and right away I met two other people, specifically, and this was around when Vainglory added their in-game party voice chat, so we'd actually use that to talk to each other, and I was a bit worse off than the other two, probably about like a tier lower, but they were still willing to play with me. And we had so much fun playing together last summer, and we improved a lot too. Like, they literally convinced me to download Instagram so we could figure out what times we wanted to play, stuff like that. But yeah, one of them quit because they're starting college, but me and the other person, we kept going for quite some time. And eventually, in like 2 to 3 months, we went from like tier 6 to like tier 10. It was insane. But yeah, there's probably some videos with him, and I can't exactly say the IGN because he changes the IGN like every 2 weeks, so you probably wouldn't recognize him, but he didn't play too much after that, and we never really played, but we still keep in contact on Instagram and stuff, which we use for like our personal lives. But back then I was like a Weapon Power Tony spammer back in those days when Weapon Power Tony was broken, like before he got nerfed. So one day I was just ranking like normal when I matched against a trio. One of them had the IGN Sule, which was a pretty well-known East Asia coach, and you know, back then being the kid I was, I thought I was really mashing up against him because the East Asian people did play in NA occasionally. But they're kind of good and they kind of like demolish me. So I sent a friend request to them after. And later that night, those people were actually looking to find me in party. And they sent me an invite and they were looking for a top laner to fill for him since they were missing one person. They already had 4. And I was like stuck in like tier 10 bronze at that point, which is also a really hard place to move up to like tier 10 silver. So, being who I am, I sort of just wanted the boost, because I knew that they were good and they're probably going to carry me. So I sort of just lied and said I was a top lane main, and that was how I started playing top lane. Turns out I was alright at top lane, actually. And from then on, like, my involvement in the game just got, like, crazy. Like, a little bit before that, I was actually in a guild called, like, Evo, and they were super active and stuff. And their leader, Prodigy, had actually made a YouTube channel, and one day I was just talking to him and he just suggested that I try it out too. So I was just sitting there bored one week and I was like, sure, why not? Let's just give this a shot. And actually, if you watch I released like a Finn support video like a month ago or so, and you might actually recognize Prodigy from that. They had the same IGN, but he helped me out get started, taught me the small stuff, things like that. And you can kind of trace my steps from there through the videos. So, like, I think I have that video where I literally titled it Facing East Asia Pros because I thought I was going up against him. And all the 5-man parties I did with them after, going against the best player in the world, scrims, stuff like that, going against Vainglory Silver teams. But yeah, you can kind of see that if you look back at some old videos, but eventually we kind of had a falling out, but then someone else, Paul, you might actually remember from a CP Finn Yates video that I did like 2 or 3 months ago. Yeah, but Apollo actually got me on my first team. It was an interesting team. I started off as a sub, but I started starting after like a few scrims. And I was kind of always just like the quiet dude in the back who sort of just like did his part consistently. Like I didn't really throw, but I didn't exactly make like flashy plays. I think that's kind of like still reflective in my videos. I don't go for like crazy risk or flashy plays. I kind of just like try to stay consistent. But yeah, with that team, I had a chance to like scrum against a lot of cool people that I'd like watched. People like Tribe, the Canadian national team, and a bunch of others. That was really cool, like Iraqi's where I got to play with him a few times. But sadly, like around then is when the tournaments for Vainglory stopped, like VPL stopped, and I missed out on most of it because I sort of joined in too late, and by the time I got up there, in like a year or so, everything was kind of gone, so that kind of sucked. But yeah, I met so many people from that, and that's kind of what makes Vainglory special. Like, I don't know if you could tell, I'm just meeting people like over and over. Like the first people I'd 5-man matched with, that made me like a top lane main pretty much. Everyone was still on my Discord server. We still play occasionally, and it's cool you get to like know these people and just talk to them. I've met teachers who could like help me out with school and stuff if I ever need anything. One summer I spent the entire summer playing the European server, and that was like one of the coolest things I did. Like getting to meet people from like an entire different continent. It was very different. And I can go on and on. Like, this is literally just from the first like year that I played. And from then it just got even more crazy, the amount of people I've been able to meet. Like this video, it should have been hours long if I talked about everything. This all had a big impact on my life, and I never expected to get anywhere with Vainglory. Like, I never thought I'd get to 100 subs, anything like that. It was just something that started up one weekend. I was bored. But over the past 2 years, it has become way more than that, The impact you can have with YouTube, it's just playing a video game. It's kind of crazy. Someone comes up to me, asks me what's one of the most impactful things you've done, and if you could say it's literally just talking to yourself while playing a video game, it sounds crazy, but it's true. And that was great because I love the game. I thought it was fun making videos. When I first started this, the plan was never to make like a single cent or anything. I started for fun, and that's kind of why I do it, just because I feel like it. And I'm not planning on like keeping any of the money I've made from Vainglory that I might make from Wild Rift, because that was just never the purpose of this. I don't plan on making gaming or YouTube a career or anything. I've already committed down another path with my life, and the money, it's just more of a side thing that came along with it that I wasn't exactly expecting, and I'd really just rather find something that I like care about in real life and use it for that. And now I'm graduating high school next month, moving out to college, and I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of change, of course. Being able to drive now, it's kind of a big deal. Like 9th grade, you're kind of just like stuck at home all the time. Like, you can't just go hang out, do whatever you want. So I could do so much more now. And sadly, that's like one of the reasons why I really just can't manage Vainglory and Wild Rift. I'm just like more involved in other things that I want to really experience and stuff like that. So that's why I just can't really make time for both. And at the moment, I'm kind of just loving the feel that Wild Rift has given me with all the new people and improving again. And I'm just having fun with it, so that's why I'm deciding to switch over. And it is hard to let go, but I do think it's the right thing for me to do. And I hate to disappoint any of y'all. Like, if you never watch me again, that's completely fine and understandable. Hope you have a great rest of your life. Find success, whatever you want. You ever want to talk about anything, message me on Discord. You're doing say 0, and then the number tag is 6100. I literally love to talk about anything with anyone. That's what made these games so special, meeting new people, getting to know things about them, like outside of Vainglory. But yeah, like, I don't really mind sharing my social media with some people as long as people aren't weird. And I really do hope that other people make some Vainglory content. If you have anything Vainglory related you want to promote in the comments, feel free, go ahead. But if you're going to follow me, while this might be the end of the Vainglory journey, it is hard, but another journey will now begin. Thank you all so much. Peace out.